Yo, what is going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie. We had the final game of the New York Knicks preseason last night. Game number 5. The Knicks lost, but hey, it's all good. The Knicks go 4-1 in the preseason, and I want to share my biggest takeaways from last night's game. As many of you guys know, last night was a big night for New York baseball. As you can tell, I'm a Mets fan, and the Yankees, of course, were playing in the championship series. So I was definitely all over the place watching my Mets, watching the Yankees, and of course the Knicks at the same time. And I definitely wanted to give my thoughts of this preseason game, as now we can finally turn the corner and talk about real basketball coming up. I'm not at my home studio right now. I'm on the road, but I still wanted to share my thoughts of last night and what we can expect from the Knicks rotations, some injuries, some players that are stepping up, some players that are not playing well in the preseason, and I'm curious to get your thoughts of it all in the comment section, Knicks fans. So definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button, and a shout out to BetUS as always for being the proud sportsbook sponsor of Knicks Media all season long. Big time shout out to them. You guys can receive a 150% bonus on your first deposit by using the code YouTube150. That is promo code YouTube150. Don't forget, you get a 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits as well. I saw that their odds of the Knicks winning the championship is at plus 800. Jalen Brunson's odds for clutch player of the year is at plus 1200. Go check out my community tab on Knicks Media because they have a lot of odds for the New York Knicks. You get a 150% bonus up to $2,000, so shout out to BetUS. Now, getting into last night's game, first things first, Jalen Brunson, you see the highlights on the screen. He just is poised for another MVP level season, in my opinion. I think we're going to see the most efficient Jalen Brunson we've seen. Even though last year was a breakout performance from an MVP standpoint, I think he's going to be even better this season. Last night, Jalen Brunson put up 27 points on 5 assists, an efficient 10 of 15 from the field on 28 minutes, a plus-minus of a +6. You love to see that. And there's been a new player that you see the highlights on the screen now that has been playing some pretty good basketball, Bacome Daddier. Now, the unfortunate injury to Shamet, does that mean Bacome Daddier is going to be the man off the bench to fill in? Because he's looking pretty good. You know, last game he looked excellent, had 16 points in that second quarter. And then last night, Bacome Daddier had an efficient 10 points on 17 minutes, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, right? The thing about Landry Shamet that we were excited about for Knicks fans is, all right, he has a chance to make this roster, maybe replace Dante DiVincenzo from the sharp shooting standpoint. But now that he's injured with a dislocated shoulder, we're going to have somebody else step in. Will that be him? We shall see. Another great game from OG Anunoby. You see the highlights of OG on the screen right now. His defense is just suffocating. It's a beautiful thing to watch OG. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals, just flooding the stat sheet from the defensive end and the offensive side of the ball. Now, the 2 players that are not playing well, to be honest, in my opinion, are the 2 newly acquired Knicks. More Bridges than Cat, just from an offensive standpoint. Mikal Bridges, I believe, shot 2 of 19 from the three-point land in preseason. Last night, he was 0 for 10 from three-point land, 2 of 12 from the field. Karl-Anthony Towns, he was 0 for 5 from downtown, so they combined 0 for 15 from beyond the arc, Bridges and Cat. Now, I'm not really concerned about that. I know that they're both still trying to find their rhythm as a New York Knick, trying to find, the chemistry with the guys. But Cat still put up numbers. Even though he was 0 for 5 from downtown, he still put up a double-double. That's what makes Karl-Anthony Towns that good. 22 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block shot. 7 of 16 from the field, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. I'm not too worried about that, but, there's some speculation that Bridges maybe tweaked his shot, and his shot form's not the same, and I don't know. I'm not buying into it. We've seen a lot of players, struggle in the preseason and then dominate in the regular season. So those 2 guys are the newly acquired Knicks that we were excited to see in the preseason that have not, Bridges in particular, from an offensive standpoint, hasn't really found his groove from beyond the arc. Now, Josh Hart, he got his first field goal in this game in the entire preseason. 2 points for Josh Hart, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. I think Josh Hart needs to find his role with the starting 5. He obviously is around a lot of offensive scoring with Jalen Brunson leading the way, with Cat, with Bridges. He's obviously the 5th option when it comes to the offensive standpoint, when it comes to that starting 5. Tyler Kolek had a clutch basket late in the game. He had 13 points on 17 minutes. 3 of 5 from the field. Cameron Payne continues to impress me, 12 points. And Precious Achiuwa, he got a little banged up in this game, only played 14 minutes. I hope he's okay. I don't know any update on that injury. And then Jericho Sims with 11 minutes. Now, the Knicks had a chance to come out with a W, but we had all of our bench guys in there in the clutch when they turn the ball over at the end. Not too concerned about not winning this one. What really matters is going up against the Boston Celtics on Tuesday night. I can't believe it, Knicks fans. We finally made it. I'll be honest, I'm pretty sick and tired making these preseason videos just because I'm ready to talk about real basketball where these wins and these losses actually count. So I'm really curious to see what the rotation is going to look like for the Knicks now after we've seen the preseason. We've seen Shamet go down. Now we see Bacome Daddier making some, making an impact off the bench. Will we see Bacome Daddier be part of the rotation early on in the season or no, because he's a rookie, and we all know Tom Thibodeau is not a fan of rookies. Tyler Kolek as well. Deuce McBride did not play in this game, so that probably is another reason why Daddier had some more minutes off the bench. But the Knicks have an interesting, season upcoming. We're very comfortable with the starting five on paper, but the question is it going to take some time for those starting five to get chemistry? Because what made the Knicks so special recently, these last few years, is the chemistry. It was Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle. Like, those guys played a lot of ball together, which made the Knicks dangerous. Now they're trying to reestablish a newfound chemistry, and it may not happen right away. It may be one of those things that it takes some time, but I do have confidence in the defense to be elite with OG and Bridges right out of the gate. I expect Jalen Brunson to be an elite point guard, be one of the best point guards in the league like he always has, but when it comes to finding their roles, I think it may be a little a wait and see. And I also think this Knicks team is good enough to win games even when they're trying to figure themselves out, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think the Knicks are going to, start off the season losing and we're going to be like 2-8 or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying, but I think it's obvious after watching the starting five, it may take some time offensively for them to get into a rhythm. So Knicks fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section of the last preseason game finale and your overall expectations of the season coming up. How excited are you? We're opening up against the Boston Celtics Tuesday, and then the Madison Square Garden debut of the Knicks will be Friday night against the Pacers. I will be in attendance for that game this Friday, which I'm very excited to see these Knicks live in person. So Knicks fans, sound off in the comments. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed, and give me your overall rotation predictions, because now with some injuries to Shamet, and I hope Precious's injury is nothing serious, we have some interesting things off the bench, what we can expect. Now, we all know Tom Thibodeau, he likes to shorten the rotation to 7 guys sometimes, 8 guys. Very rarely he goes to 10. So I feel like it's going to be very, very interesting to see who are the main guys off the bench. We know Cameron Payne has established himself as a key guy off the bench. We know that Deuce McBride is. We know that Precious Achiuwa is. Tyler Kolek going to get some action? Is Jericho Sims, of course, is another guy we can expect to get some action. But will Bacome Daddier? I'm going to assume not, but I will say he's been very impressive. Very impressive to me in the preseason, man. A long wing that has confidence in his shot. I mean, that's something the Knicks can really use and developing for the long run. So again, let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button, folks. Let's go Knicks, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.